In the year 2007, we were very happy with the results of it. We had people know about the Gaining Ground Summit. Does everybody have heard of it? This was Gene Miller's vision when he brought a bunch of people, or 400 about, to Victoria to talk about land use planning and urban development in the new context. So we got involved with that, and we were part of that Gaining Ground Summit. And then we had, as we have had this year, we had 3 series in Cowichan Valley, Nanaimo, and finally in Comox Strathcona. And then in December, we brought together mayors and administrators to talk about the bigger picture of sustainability. In 2008, we again attended the Roundtable Gaining Ground for one day. We've got these lunch bucket seminar series going on in Cowichan Valley and Comox. And as we've said, what we're looking at now are the series for 2008. And I see Jody Watson's here, and she will be speaking to this in more depth. But there's a rather exciting project ahead of us, looking ahead to 2009, showcasing, looking at the Bowker Creek initiative. Now, the challenge of Bowker Creek, of course, it passes through not 1, but 2 or 3 different municipalities. How, and this is the acid test, do we get watershed management that just gets around the jurisdictional constrictions that we normally have with this situation? So this in turn looks at the positive settlement strategy for Vancouver Island, which the Real Estate Foundation have been strong players. Next, please. Just a quick one. When we attended this workshop this year, it was really exciting to see that building green is catching on, and basically that's what it says. The market niche to market share from 10% in 2006 to about 60% going forward. So it's not out of the ordinary now. It's not unusual. People are moving in and taking over the principle of green infrastructure and demonstrating that. Next, please. So just wrapping up, we seek a common vision. We create learning and networking opportunities. We focus on the relationship between land and water. And we promote the sharing of ideas and experience. That's what CAVI is all about, forums to provide such opportunities. And again, so to wrap up, new business as usual, visualize that 50 years ahead. The mission is to create a legacy, influence choices by individuals and organizations. Use the term sustainability as a lens for considering approaches that influence choices. Now, when we started this out in our very early deliberations on this, why not taking this ahead? And what we've done, it's been done well strategically, we hope. We've dealt with we've worked with 3 different regional districts. We're now in the Capital Regional District. Why not get to the stage where we look at the whole of Vancouver Island, as a model for green thinking, green infrastructure, and demonstrating and walking the talk in this whole business. So I hope that helps you just as a quick background of where we've been, where we've come to, and where we want to go. So, thank you.
Thank you, Eric. To close out this segment context, I'm going to ask Jody Watson to make a comment in a moment. Just before Jody does, well, come on up, Jody. Jody Watson's here. What I want to emphasize here in terms of just, I think that's one of Eric's points about the collaboration, the showcasing series. Yes, it's a collaboration of the CAVI partnership and Americans and partners. It also includes the Green Infrastructure Partnership, and of course the series wouldn't have happened without the Capital Regional District as well as the local hosts. So, Jody Watson, here's your commercial plan for the series.
Okay. So one of the things that we wanted to achieve through these series is kind of a progression. We started out in View Royal, and it was basically looking at a road and how could we do a road differently. Now we're here in Langford looking at a subdivision, integrated resource management through an entire subdivision. Our next event, which will be on October 10th, will be at the University of Victoria. And that's kind of, in a sense, looking at a mini municipality. So they're looking at water-centric planning across the entire campus. They had developed an integrated stormwater management plan for the campus, and one of the things that we'll do on that day is hear a lot more about that plan, and then also go and view some of the buildings and some of the sites around University of Victoria. The other thing that we'll be doing there is working with Polis, and they will be having a discussion about ecological governance and specifically water-centered planning in that context. Vic Derlin will kind of wrap up part of that day talking about his vision for a natural city and kind of trying to put things out there for us to think a little bit differently. In 2009, as Eric was saying, the next event we want to do is looking at an entire watershed that goes through 3 municipalities. We're also working on an integrated stormwater management plan for the entire watershed, and we're at a process now where we're thinking about what are the different ways that we can develop. It's a pretty much built-out watershed, so it's entering that series of redevelopment. So the 3 municipalities in the community are all working together to figure out how can we redevelop that watershed differently so that we can get some of the natural functioning back to the creek, improve in engineering and the hydrotechnical situation in that watershed, looking at integrated planning across the watershed, and then also